Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the Lint screen grill in a Whirlpool dryer. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For this job, we're going to need a Phillips and a flathead screwdrivers, 1/4-inch nut driver, pair of pliers, and utility knife. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new Lint screen grill. The Lint screen grill allows the air to cycle through the Lint screen during the operation. The main reason for the Lint screen grill to be replaced is if the pieces of it break off, causing damage to the laundry. We need to remove the top. I'm using a 1/4-inch nut driver. I'm going to take out 2 screws at the back of the dryer. Now I'm going to pull the top back, slide it, and we can lift it off. Next, using a 1/4-inch nut driver, I'm going to take 2 screws out that holds the control panel, 1 in each corner. Now we need to disconnect a couple of plugs here. There's a tab. I'm going to press it down and pull on the plug. Same thing here. There's a tab. I'm going to open it and pull the plug out. We're going to lift up on the edge of the control panel so we can disengage those tabs here. And then we can slide out the control panel assembly. Let's open the door and remove the Lint screen. Now I'm going to take out a couple of Phillips screws. I'm using a Phillips screwdriver. Alright. Okay, I'm going to close the door. Alright, I'm going to install the wooden block here. Tilt the dryer back, slide it under. And then we're going to remove the screws that holds the front panel at the bottom. So using a 1/4-inch nut driver, I'm going to take out that first screw, loosen up the second and the third screw, and remove the 4th screw. I'm going to tilt the dryer back so I can remove that wooden block. Using a 1/4-inch nut driver, we're going to remove the 3 1/4-inch screws that hold the front panel on the top. There's one more plug to disconnect. There's a tab here. I'm going to lift it up and pull the plug apart. Okay, let's open the door. Grab that front panel with both hands, lift it up, and remove it. Make sure that the plug goes through. Don't force it. And lift it up again. Close the door, and we can take it away. Next, we're going to remove 2 1/4-inch screws. I'm using a nut driver. I'm going to lift that mounting bracket up, turn it, and we're going to using a pliers. I'm going to squeeze that retainer clip so we can pull it out. And now I'm going to turn it over. Now using the 1/4-inch nut driver, I'm going to take out 2 screws on each side. Now I'm going to lift up on this top brace and remove it. Now I'm going to remove this 4 1/4-inch screws that holds the front bulkhead. I'm using a 1/4-inch nut driver. Now we're going to disconnect the moisture sensor plug here, squeeze the locking tabs, and pull it apart. Now we're at the bottom of this front bulkhead, and there's one more screw that we have to take out. That's 1/4 inch. I'm using a 1/4 inch nut driver. I'm going to take it off, and we're going to remove this retainer bar. Now I'm going to remove the bulkhead by pulling it up, so we'll disengage it from those hooks on the sides, and then we can lift up on the drum and remove the bulkhead. Okay, let's place it on the workable surface, and you better have your vacuum cleaner ready, and a couple of long brushes too, because it's going to be full of lint. All right, I'm going to use the Phillips screwdriver. Going to take out the couple of screws to free the lint screen housing assembly. Now we're going to turn it over. So now we're going to take out this 1/4 inch screw. I'm using a 1/4 inch nut driver. Well, I'm going to flip it over again. And now I can pull out the lint screen housing. Okay, let's place the housing assembly on the table. So I'm going to use the utility knife, and I'm going to cut this seal. And so we can separate two pieces. And then this side. Yeah, let's place it down, and using a flat blade screwdriver, going to press this tab and spread it apart. I'm going to do the same thing here. Press it and spread it apart. All right. All right, you probably should use some tranquilizers, but that's how your lint screen housing look like after a few years of use. All right, so we're going to replace this piece. Now we're going to pry off these two terminals from the moisture sensor. I'm going to use the flat blade screwdriver. Pull this up. I'm going to put it aside because we're going to reuse it. Then we need to take out the sensors. There's two of them. So we need to use again the same flat blade screwdriver. If you see, there's a little clip here. Press it in and push the whole thing in. Now you probably need a little bit of force. Okay, we're gonna butt this thing out like that. And I'm gonna do the same thing with the second one. I'm gonna push in that tab and press it down. Okay, and I'm going to turn it over. All right, I'm going to use same flat blade screwdriver. Going to pull them out and then disengage it from the opposite end. All right, so it needs some cleaning, definitely. But as you can see, they are identical. And now I can take this away. This is the old lint screen grill next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. Okay, this is a new grill. And now we're going to install these couple of moisture sensors. They are, as I mentioned earlier, identical. So I'm going to slide this in first. And I'm going to press this end in till it locks. Simple as that. Then the second one, I'm going to slide it in. And I'm gonna press this end in till it locks. Turn it over. Now we're gonna install this plug. I'm gonna put these terminals on the sensors. There's no difference which one goes where. And now we can join two halves together. Alright, so this is the rear half of the housing assembly, and that's the front grill. We're gonna put them together. So this is plug going down, and then we're gonna join them right. This tab goes into this cutout on one side, and the plug doesn't want to go where it's supposed to be. It goes right here. So then we insert this one, and then the opposite side goes in too, like that. Push it together. It's supposed to click. And now we're going to install it into the front bulkhead. Alright, let's place that front bulkhead on the table, and then we're going to install this in. So the grill goes this way. The plug goes into this opening. And then we're going to install the assembly, housing assembly, in. I'm gonna turn it this way, and we're supposed to see that hole right there. It should be aligned with the cutout. Then we're gonna secure that with the couple of Phillips screws from the front. Align the holes and insert the Phillips screw in there, and then we're gonna tighten it with a Phillips screwdriver. Do not over tighten it because it goes into the plastic. Then we do the opposite side. Again, make sure the holes are aligned, and then we can install the screw. So I'm going to lift up the bulkhead again, and this time we're going to secure it from this side with the 1/4-inch screw using a 1/4-inch nut driver. Now I'm going to install the front bulkhead. We're going to slide the shield under the drum, and then both support rollers goes also under the drum. I'm going to lift it up, push it in with my foot. So we're going to hang the bulkhead on those hooks. Left, and then this one. And then using a 1/4-inch nut driver, we're going to secure the front bulkhead with 4 screws. Next, we're going to connect this moisture sensor plug. And then we're going to install this brace at the bottom. We're on the floor underneath here. And install it. I'm going to match the hole, and using a 1/4-inch nut driver, we're going to secure that. Going to place this harness here on the top, and we're going to install that top brace. Alright, we have 2 hooks, one on each side, so they will go into this cutout at the top. Then we're going to push it down. And then we go into this side and do the same thing. Right, we're going to secure that front brace with 4 1/4-inch screws. 2 shorter one goes on the top, and 2 longer one goes on the side. Right, now we're going to install the bracket with the control board. And we're going to lock in this retainer, harness retainer, into this opening. Okay. You can place the bracket, match the holes, and secure them with a couple of 1/4-inch screws. using the 1/4" nut driver. Alright, now we can install the front panel. The bottom would be hanging on the 2 screws that is still there. Now we're going to insert that door switch harness with a disconnect plug into the opening at the bottom, and we're going to pull it out here. Now I'm going to install the panel. Alright, now I'm going to secure the top with 3 1/4" screws. Okay, let's fish out this plug. That's our door switch, and we're going to connect it here. Alright, now I'm going to install the wooden block here. Tilt the dryer back, slide it under, and I'm going to secure the front panel at the bottom with 1/4" screws. I'm using a 1/4" nut driver. I'm going to tilt the dryer back so I can remove that wooden block. Alright, I'm going to open the door. Now I'm going to secure those couple of screws at the bottom here. That's the Phillips screws. Well, the lint screen goes back in, and we can close the door. Alright, now I'm going to install the control panel assembly. I'm going to slide this harness into the cutout, and then we're going to match the clips and the slots. Put it down, push it forward. Now we can connect the plugs. As the first, and then the second one. Make sure they're locked. Now I'm going to secure the control panel from the top with a couple of 1/4" screws. I'm going to use a 1/4" nut driver. And now we can install the top. I'm going to place it on about an inch from the control panel, a little less, and then we're going to slide it forward. And now I'm going to secure the top with a couple of 1/4" screws. Plug the dryer in and check if it's drying properly. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other videos available on our site, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram.